So folks, today we are talking about Venom 3, which might end up with Venom going to the MCU and leaving the Sony universe behind. The more I think about this, the more it makes sense. I think Venom and Eddie are heading to the MCU for a reason, and it has something to do with the post-credit scene from Spider-Man No Way Home. I believe Venom and Eddie are going to look for Avengers. The idea works very well with this story. And there is also a new piece of information about a key part of Venom The Last Dance that supports this. Plus, it makes sense when you will look at what's going on with the Sony and Marvel studios right now. Let's be real, fans have wanted to see Tom Holland's Spider-Man meet Tom Hardy's Venom. At the first they wanted the same thing with the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man and Venom, but at this point, since we ain't gonna get the TASM 3, the one is with Tom Holland. So that all makes sense to me. But at this point, Sony wants to make this deal. So this is something that's kind of exciting. In fact, Sony wanted Spider-Man in the first Venom movie, but Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige said no, he didn't want people to mix up the MCU with Sony's movies. After seeing how poorly some of Sony's movies like Morbius and perfect movie like Madam Web went, it seems like a good call. You wouldn't want people to confuse those films with the MCU, do you? I mean, no one really want that. You know, that's some messy stuff happening with the Sony universe right now. The only hope they got is like Venom 3, even though, like, you know, the only thing that people are waiting for, it's a Knull to be introduced in the, like, it's a first Knull adaptation in the live action, and they are kind of, you know, hyped for that. That's the only thing that's just the win card for a Sony, and that's the only thing they got at this point. But recently there have been rumors from insiders saying Venom is going to the MCU in the Venom The Last Dance. That movie will set this up, and it looks like Venom and Eddie will be followed by someone. That someone is the villain, which is Knull. Knull is a super strong villain. He created symbiotes like Venom, and now he wants Venom back. But it's not just Venom he wants. There's something inside Eddie called a codex that Knull needs to complete his plan. So Knull will chase Eddie and Venom wherever they go. In the comics, the codex is the piece of the symbiote left in its host. Knull needs all the codexes to become complete. This means Venom and Eddie are in the real danger. Knull won't stop until he gets what he wants. But why would Venom and Eddie leave their world and go to the MCU? Well, there is a clue in the trailer for Venom The Last Dance. Venom says we have something he needs. This shows that Knull doesn't just want Venom, he wants something from Eddie too. This could be the codex inside Eddie's body, which was created when Venom bonded with him. Venom and Eddie might try to escape Knull by going to the MCU, where there are superheroes like Avengers who could help them. If you remember the post-credit scene from Spider-Man No Way Home, Eddie's in a bar talking about how this new universe full of superheroes like Iron Man and Hulk. He even says he might go to New York to find Spider-Man. This is important because Venom knows about the multiverse and other superheroes through something called hive mind. So it would make sense for Eddie and Venom to go to the MCU, find Spider-Man and the Avengers to help them fight Knull. There is also a possibility that small piece of Venom symbiote was left in the MCU during a post-credit scene of Spider-Man No Way Home. If that's true, then Knull would want that piece too, making him even more dangerous. The fact that Knull will come for a piece of symbiote or something like that, that's another story that if they want to dig through it, is kind of interesting. In the comics, Carnage, another symbiote villain, tried to collect all the codex to bring Knull back, but since Carnage is gone in this movie, it looks like the Knull will try to do this himself. Venom and Eddie leaving their universe escape makes sense because Knull needs them to complete his plan. Venom and Eddie teaming up with the Spider-Man to stop Knull could be an exciting storyline, and since Knull is a massive threat, the Avengers might get involved too. This would make a great setup for Spider-Man 4 and connect everything together. Overall, this story makes a lot of sense. It explains why Venom and Eddie are going to the MCU, why Knull is chasing them, and how it all ties back to the post-credit scene from Venom, Let There Be a Carnage, and Spider-Man No Way Home. So what do you think? Do you like this storyline? Do you want it to happen? It's gonna connect everything to the Spider-Man 4, and we're gonna see this Spider-Man and basically Venom team up with maybe some of the members of Avengers. They're gonna fight Knull and stuff like that. We just want to see, like, as always, people say, like, I want to see just street level Spider-Man with the Daredevil and stuff, which I think we're gonna get both in the Spider-Man 4, maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes of street level, and then some encouraging stuff happen, and like Spider-Man team up with their Spider-Man or Venom and stuff like that. So I don't know, I'm just excited for it because things are going good since Marvel and Sony are dealing with together. So don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and if I didn't mention anything that you know it about this topic, make sure to comment below. See you next time.
What is that?
1300 AD, they called this man the hero from the sky. He was prophesied to have destroyed the evil